Welcome to another episode of Things We Want in FC 26. This is one of the biggest shows I do on this channel. It's basically a way for the FIFA community to come together and talk about the things they want in the next FC game. There's going to be a lot to talk about, and for the next couple of months we'll be giving EA our feedback on the things we want. If you do enjoy this show, make sure you leave a like for me, share it with a friend, and make sure you subscribe as well to get all the latest episodes. Leave your comments on the things you want to see in FC 26, and I'll do my best to cover a lot of them. I want to talk about the career mode jobs section. There's two things I hate about this thing. The first thing is that you can't apply to clubs directly. Like, I would love to reach out to different clubs instead of waiting for a job opening to come up. Let's say you want to coach Sydney FC. You're never going to get a job opening for Sydney FC if you're coaching already a club in the Premier League. That's why having a feature where you can reach out to different clubs would be useful, because at the moment you only get 3 or 4 different offers that you might not even want to take. And my second issue with this is that when you apply for a job, you have to leave the current club at the present time in the save. Let's say we're coaching in the Premier League. It's in the middle of December at the moment, and you've still got a couple months left. Maybe you're challenging for the Premier League, you want to win that, but then your dream job to coach Real Madrid comes up in the job opening section. Do you take it or do you let it pass by? I would love an option to defer joining the club until the end of the season, so at least you can finish off your current season with your current club, especially if it's an important season. If I was to accept this, in the middle of December, I'd just move straight over to Real Madrid if they accepted my proposal, and that's it. I give up everything I'm doing with my current club at the moment, which is a little bit of a shame, because I don't think it would be that hard to just delay you joining the new club at the end of the season. I think it's time to upgrade the job offers section. Next up, we have some channel member comments. The first one comes from Callum, who says, I want to have more adverse injury cutscenes. Yeah, I guess the game needs some more injury cutscenes. It would be pretty cool to see different cutscenes for different body parts injured. Like if someone hurts their back or their foot or their leg or their arm, you would see different cutscenes for those types of injuries. We spoke a few weeks ago about stretchers. I'd like to see some sort of stretcher cutscene when a player gets severely injured, and I think one of the very old PES games had the stretcher cutscene. I'm surprised that it's not in the game already. And then we have a comment from Chris, who says 6 things we want in FC 26. Number 1, a football player blows the referee whistle. Leicester vs Southampton, for example. This is what Chris is referring to. Fans were treated to one of the most bizarre moments in Premier League history when Vardy blew the referee's whistle and stopped the game between Leicester and Southampton. The striker took matters into his own hands after Webb went down after being accidentally barged over by Jordan Ayew. I don't think we're going to see a football player blowing the referee's whistle in FC 26. Number 2, fans holding a mobile phone. Sometimes they do hold phones, don't they? In some cutscenes, they're taking like photos. But yeah, I guess if they're sitting down watching the game, maybe you could see a few people on their phone. Number 3 is create your own football. That would be pretty cool. Imagine having your own ball that you created, different colors, different themes. Maybe you could have like a Nike ball or Adidas ball, but it's custom designed. We haven't really seen that in a football game. Number 4, Charlton Football Stadium. Number 5 is the Inter Milan license. That depends on the licensing agreement between Inter and Konami. And then number 6 is International Champions Cup, which is like that licensed preseason tournament. That was in like old PES games. I'm not sure if Konami still has the license for that. But those were some interesting suggestions from Chris. Next up, we've got something from Radiant Robbie, who says, adding player career mode sponsorships would be awesome. If you're a low profile player with a little popularity, you could get a brand like Umbro. And if you're a high profile player, you could get a Nike sponsorship. Now, endorsements are of course a big part in any player's career. In NBA 2K, My Player, you've got shoe brands you can pick from like Nike, Adidas, Jordans, Under Armour, all that kind of stuff there. There's also this page here, so you can see that as you go further into your career, if you become a starter or you gain more fans, more followers, you raise your profile, you can be eligible for endorsements by certain companies. There's also quests you can do to try and achieve sponsorships with companies. For Jordan here, you had to get 2.5 million fans, reach level 7 in the NBA, reach level 8 in fashion, and they give you like VC and all that kind of stuff there. And then once you reach peak market value, I guess, you can have endorsements by Nike, Foot Locker, Gatorade, all these different brands. And this is basically what a negotiation would look like. Glad to see you again. We're looking to up that deal of yours. So let's get this discussion started. Great. I'm loving being a part of the team. So let's make a deal. Here's an offer we think you'll be happy with. You'll get free shoes. You'll get VC that helps your player grow in the My Player, I guess. You get checks that you have to come and collect from the endorsements. And that gives you basically VC. So EA could do something similar to NBA 2K, have sponsors, work with different brands, do shoe deals as well. So you can wear Nike for 2 seasons, Adidas, all that kind of stuff. They give you money in the game. If you remember the journey in FIFA 18, there was actually a Coca-Cola sponsor segment. So they filmed like a commercial, and this is something they could do for player career mode as well, where you have endorsements from Coca-Cola, different drinks maybe, Gatorade, just stuff like this would be cool to see in a player career mode, because when you do player careers, it's not just about performances on the pitch, it's everything outside of that too. You want to be able to buy cars, boots, walk around the neighborhood, do endorsements, commercials, all that kind of stuff. You just don't see that at the moment, and we're still about 10 years behind NBA 2K for player career mode. There's heaps of things that EA can still do. I just remembered this and I thought it would be cool. You know how EA and Beats have a partnership? Why couldn't there be a cutscene where you could see your player wearing the headphones, coming off the bus with the headphones on, or even in the locker rooms with the headphones on? These are the kinds of things you need in a player career mode, instead of just having it all menu based, and it doesn't really mean anything. Next up, we've got El Valdino. I think FIFA needs more variety in celebrations. Every time I win a tournament, it's always the same cutscene for the trophy celebration. Adding more of these cutscenes would just put more of an identity in the game. Nikita says, I want to see different and new trophy celebrations. Rainstorm also says, I think they should update trophy celebrations. For example, they should have players receiving winners' medals, and the cutscenes should have managers celebrating with the players. It would be nice to see more variety in celebrations for sure. You win the Champions League and then you watch the trophy celebration, and it feels like you just won a pre-season tournament. It doesn't really feel that important, or it doesn't even match what you see in real life as well. What would also be cool is if you see one trophy have multiple different alternative cutscene celebrations. So let's say you win the FA Cup, you're not going to see the same trophy celebration every time. There'll be different variations and all that. That would be nice, and it would freshen things up as well. But I really liked the way PES did their Champions League cutscene, so let's take a look at that now. So this was from PES 2017, I think, when they had the UEFA Champions League license. Pretty much when you won the final, you would have this kind of cutscene. You got your manager running around, hugging all the players. You don't even see this sort of in FIFA at the moment. So yeah, incorporate the manager more into the celebrations as well. But this was really cool. The engraving, you can see that. There's like a cutscene, the guy putting the thing on the trophy that they do in real life as well. And in FIFA, obviously, that does not exist. So even PES had a better UEFA Champions League final celebration cutscene than what EA offers at the moment. Obviously, they do the trophy thing, they hold it up, and you get the tag that says they're the champions. This could be improved as well. It's not like my perfect cutscene, but it's a little bit different to what we get with EA's one. And if you had something like this, it would bring variety into the trophy celebrations. I would love to see the engraving thing. That little cutscene there would be fantastic. And they run around the stadium. Everyone does the same thing after that. But yeah, you can see that little bit of PES cutscene there is already looking better than what EA offers for the Champions League final, where they just go onto that podium and lift up the trophy. There's a few extra cutscenes here where they're just posing with the trophy and stuff, doing some photos. Then you've got the manager looking out into the stadium. I thought that was pretty cool as well, because it sort of gives you like a sense of achievement, accomplishment. And then the guys are running around, the captain with the trophy, going around all corners of the ground, celebrating with the fans. The cameramen are all there as well, right in front. I do like this cutscene, and I hope that EA can take some of its nice details and put it into their game. If you remember the journey after the Champions League final in FIFA 19, there was actually a cutscene where you can see Danny Williams with a Champions League medal on. So they have the medals, they do exist. EA knows how to make them, but they don't put them in the normal trophy celebration cutscene. It's time we see the people giving the medals to the players that win the trophies. That would be awesome. You see that in real life as well. They need to update these trophy celebrations with fresh cutscenes and different elements like medals, because one, it's more realistic, and two, it's better than seeing the same thing every year. Thank you to the Vapex FC channel members, Chris, Callum, Wing, Duffy Boy, and Christian. If you want your name featured here at the end of each video, check out the link in the description and join the club. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like for me, and make sure you subscribe to get more FC videos.